What's up, guys? It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center here. We're live with another video today. I got an awesome interview today with one of my success stories. His name is Paul. So I'm just waiting for him to hop on in here with me. But we're going to test something new on Facebook and see if this actually works. But I'm waiting for Paul to hop in. I just hope that this works. There he is, Paul. He's watching. Paul, I don't know how to add you in. I could bring Laura on. Paul, get out and come back in. So if you're listening to this after the fact, guys, I'm doing this live on Facebook, so just head on over to Facebook and just search me, Anthony Bevilacqua. I accept everybody. Hold on, let's add him in. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I can only reply to it. I can't add you in. Paul, get out and come back in. And then get out, Paul, and come back in, and I'll invite you in. Because I could bring Laura to camera, but I think you have to be on your mobile, I think. Or did you have to be on the computer? I forget. All right, so technical difficulties here. Pete's on, but I can't bring him to camera. I'm trying to bring Paul to camera on Facebook, guys. Actually, let me see this. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I got it, Paul. Let's see. So I added you, Paul. Let's see. It says adding. I need the elevator music here. Waiting for Paul to hop on in. Paul, did you get it? You see it? It says adding. Let's see. Technical difficulties here. Facebook doesn't cooperate. Ever. Let's see. Hold on, Paul. Trying to add you in. He must have got out now. And now he got out. So this is an awesome episode today. It's going to be a really cool interview. Paul's an awesome guy. He lost a ton of body fat, and I want you guys to meet him. I want you guys to hear his story, but for some reason I can't add him in. Paul, come back. Come back, Paul. Come back. There we go. Let's see. Hold on, Paul. I'm adding you in. Let's see if I get. Hold on. We got it.
I'm in.
You're in, Paul. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good during this quarantine.
All right, awesome, man. So first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate you doing this. But I think first of all, you're an awesome guy. You have an amazing story. Your wife's on right now watching. So make sure you don't say anything about her.
She's upstairs, so I don't have to worry. I locked the door.
I'm just so proud of you, Paul. So I'm glad that you're on here right now with me. So, Paul, I'm going to let you give everyone a little background on your story, on everything, like how far you've come. So just let's start off with how much progress you've made coming to us, and just talk a little bit about your story.
I guess when I first came to you guys, I think I was 225 in weight, and body fat was like in the high 20s, 26, 28. I don't remember the numbers. I know they were pretty high. I knew I was higher than that at one point. I kind of was fluctuating. The highest I was when I last weighed myself was probably over 235 pounds at my heaviest. Most of my life, actually, believe it or not, I was a skinny child. It was not till after I graduated high school the weight just gained on me. And I literally blew up like a balloon.
From when to when? Really? I didn't know that. So from when to when, it was just really after high school that it all started?
It was high school. I was very athletic. I was big into soccer till about senior year. Once I stopped any athletic activities and I went to college, and I literally just gained the weight. I guess it was,
Was your freshman 15?
I don't even know if you want to call it freshman 15 for me. You can ask my wife. I go back to pictures when I was in high school, and I'm like, wow. And I look at when I get married, I was very heavy when I got married too. It was just a huge change. People that haven't seen me in a long time was just like, wow, you put a lot of weight on. And even looking at my driver's license now, it's just like, wow, people look at me now and they do a double take and they're like, this isn't you. I'm like, yeah, I was heavy at once.
Your wife says more like the freshman 50.
Yeah, and the weight gain was from her, all the food I ate. the Italian family.
I know you locked the door so she can't come in the basement, but she's gonna lock it so you can't come upstairs. So you better be careful what you say, man.
Good. She can worry, deal with the kids.
So wait, so let's kind of get this story. So you're 235. You're feeling like crap. You're feeling horrible. So how'd you find us? And talk about like that whole transition.
Well, I'll have to give the credit to my wife on that one. She's the one that kind of, I was always in the, I need to work out, I need to lose weight. Um, I would do things like run, do elliptical, never really weightlifting. I've done that in the past, joined the gym here and there. My wife was like, well, there's a place local because time to me was very hard to find time to work out. So she's like, there's a place that opened up. You should look into it. So one night I looked into it. I saw it was right around the block from my house. Went on the website and gave you guys a call. I said, you know what? It's worth the shot. Let's see what can happen. So
Now let's fast forward to today. So how long ago was that?
it's almost been a year. I think it was June, July. I think I started last year.
It was like end of June.
Yeah.
So fast forward a year later. Where are you now?
And weight?
Yeah, just in general with everything.
Weight. I mean, probably the lowest that I can't even remember. Maybe when I first started college, I'm under 180 pounds. Body fat is like 19 and change when we last did it this week. So it's a huge change from the pant size going from like a 36 plus down to like a 32, and now they're falling off of me now as well. So it's feels good. All my clothes have been pretty much thrown out, a whole new wardrobe on top of that. So it's been costing me more money to be healthy, I guess.
Well, in reality, it costed you more to be heavier because you were buying all those clothes. You just didn't realize it at the time.
Eating all that junk food and all that crap too wasn't healthy as well.
Yeah. So what was a day of eating like back then when you were at your heaviest?
I would eat anything and everything. You name it, I ate it. I mean, if we went out to dinner, I was the guy that literally ate the bread basket. I got the appetizer. I got the entree. I got the dessert. And then we went out somewhere else and got coffee, and I got another dessert. So I think I was sitting down one day calculating what I used to eat when I used to go out to lunch. And I was like, wow, I had like Five Guys burger. And I was just like, wow, all the calories that I just killed just by eating certain foods like that. It was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things with your story that makes it so interesting is because you went from literally one extreme to the next, and like in the sense that like you really have made fitness a lifestyle change for yourself, and I'm so proud of you for that. But like I said, you really have went the whole like 180. You went from going one total direction to a complete opposite. So talk about that change for you, because what the best thing about you, Paul, is like I gave you a plan. I said, okay, execute this plan, Paul, and you just took it and ran with it. So that was what made you so successful. But how was that transition for you, this whole time? Because that's got to be hard.
Yeah, I think when I first got that pack, when you emailed me that whole information about diet and how many calories and fat and everything I should be having, I looked at it. I was, it took some time to digest and go through it. And I said to myself, well, I've got to make the change. I got to start now. And I remember the first day and week was hard because I would eat and I was just like, I was so used to it. I said, man, I wish I could have this. And I'm like, I got to stay true. I have to hold myself accountable. If I want to see results, I got to stay on this diet track, at that point. So I just literally, it was rough and very hard at times, but I just said, I'm just going to try my hardest just to stay on track and not fall off. And once I started get going, it was not stop from there.
I mean, that's why I think that I called you like super dad in the clip on Facebook here, but I think that it's true because like you're a dad of two girls, like two active girls, you're an active guy, you have a profession, you work, and you literally went one extreme to the next, and you literally have made it a lifestyle. So a lot of people have a hard time, they struggle with that part of it. So what have been like your kind of tips to help you be so successful?
I mean, the big thing I've found that's very helpful for me is the MyFitnessPal app, which my wife always sees me. She's like, oh, you're so obsessed with it. I'm like, I need to track it because I don't know if this is going to be 20 carbs or 100 carbs. I want to make sure that I'm holding myself accountable for it at the end. When you look at something, you say, that's probably 4 ounces of steak. And it's really, no, that's 8 ounces of steak. Some people's portions are what I might say is 4. You might say, no, Paul, that's 10 ounces you have. That's starting off with. And I guess, that's what helps me keep track. And weighing my food is a big thing too. I pretty much weigh up my food and measure everything, which is a big thing.
I know, and a lot of people think that that's difficult to do. It's like, it's so time consuming. I got to put my food on a scale, but I actually think it's pretty like liberating. It makes you feel like a lot better because then you actually know what you're eating. Like you just said,
Exactly.
I think this is 4 ounces, but it gives you like that kind of clarity to say like, okay, this is 8 ounces or this is whatever.
Exactly. And you see the difference between, a 4-ounce cold cut serving compared to a 6 or an 8 or a 10, how much you're consuming. So
Yeah.
you do see that difference when you weigh, and you'd be surprised. People are like, wow, I didn't even eat that much. And I said it was 4 ounces.
Right. So, Paul, what's like a typical day of eating like for you right now? I mean, you've dropped significant amount of pure fat. I mean, a lot. And, your diet is totally different than it was. But what's like a typical day of eating like for you? Because I'm sure people who want to lose that amount of weight that you lost. So what is that? 235? I don't even know what my calculator is. I'm horrible at math. 235 to 179. How much weight is that?
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know the exact number.
A lot. I don't even want to. I just finished working out, so I can't even think right now. My brain can't process. It's a lot of
So
weight.
what's like a typical day of eating like for you right now?
I mean, I get up in the morning, and the first thing I have is protein shake. That's the big thing. It's very hard with 2 girls in the morning getting breakfast. It's pretty much getting them ready. So protein shake
56
down.
pounds. I got my calculator. 56 pounds.
You're the trainer, so you should know.
Yeah.
So yeah, protein shakes is the big thing. Every morning I have my protein shakes. That's what I like to get. So I get my at least 48 to 50 grams of protein right off the bat with that. And then I'll try to have snacks in between, from yogurts to any type of little sides that I'll have. Lunch, I try to stick with the same thing, cold cuts. Turkey on either like an English muffin or a regular bread.
So good in an English muffin.
Yeah, so I use like the 100-calorie one, the light. I think, what is it? The whole wheat one.
Yeah, the light one. Yeah, I use that one too. It's good.
Sometimes I'll either have that or I'll have leftovers from dinner, which could be grilled chicken or any type of chicken dish or meat. And dinner would be anywhere from meat, chicken, and I'll just mix it up with any vegetables, like a grilled chicken salad. I'll make it, or I'll order it, and I'll just be very, have not the dressing on the side. I'll have my own dressing, Italian fat-free dressing. So I tend to be careful what I'm putting on my salads as well too. And meats, I try to get the most lean as possible, which anywhere from 90 plus.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you've done a phenomenal job, man, and I couldn't be any more prouder of you. So how do you feel physically? I mean, just exercise-wise, you've also come a long way too. You've gotten really strong throughout this whole process as well. So exercise-wise, how do you feel? I mean, you're doing things in the gym you probably never thought you could have done.
From where I was last year, I still have a ton of energy. I don't think I've ever lost my energy. My wife would probably say I've always been very energetic. But I've noticed when I was at my heaviest, I had to kind of kick myself in the ass to get going. It was one of those days where I was very tired, sluggish, and the weight and the fat was not helping me a lot.
Yeah, it definitely adds. Definitely makes things a little bit more difficult. But
yeah,
exercise-wise, I mean, you have a job where you sit most of the day, right? So exercise-wise, how much of a difference has that made for your just everyday living?
I just fit it in. I mean, at the end of the day, I fit it in. I mean, it's something different because sitting at a desk all day, it's kind of boring. And you get up once or twice, maybe to go, go out or take a walk or anything, or just talk to people. But I need to get my sanity, and that's where exercise is my escape from everything else. It's more of like a hobby. It's something else than sitting down, dealing with computers all day and talking with people and getting away. It's my escape from everything.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm just so proud of you. Like, and I talk about you all the time and how much success you've had. And I just think that it's so interesting that you literally have taken anything I've ever told you to ever do, you've done and more to the T. So I know if I said, Paul, I want you to have, whatever, 101 gram of carbohydrates a day, you would do that. And I always tip my hat to someone like that because it takes a different level to get that, and your success has just been so much proof of that. I mean, 56 pounds in less than a year of pure body fat. You've put on muscle. It's unheard of. It's so good. I'm so proud of you, man. I really am. I'm so proud of you. So, Paul, what was your best memory going forward, whatever, training with us? because we've done a lot of things together. You've been to a lot of the events. So what was your best memory at AB Fitness Center?
I think it was the Spartan race.
Yeah.
The
You
Spartan
did good,
race.
man. I was so proud of you of that.
Spartan race, you know, I had my scar to prove it, but at the end of the day, it was worth it.
We were all worried about the Spartan race because we had never did one before. So like, we really don't know what to expect. And, you know, I'm just trying to like, it's funny because I'm trying to get everyone hyped up to do it. I'm like, all right, come on, we're all going to do this. And in my back of my mind, I'm like, I hope I can do this.
And it was cold that day. It was cold.
Yeah,
Remember the
man.
whole water thing? Everyone was worried about jumping in the water. And unfortunately, you were the one that had to go in.
I know, and that was not a smart move at all, man. But yeah, that was the best. We had such a good time doing that. I don't know when we could do that again, but that's definitely
If it was a
that was a
year
lot of
ago,
fun.
if this was a year ago and someone told me do a Spartan race, I would say have fun. But since I
I
was
know,
losing
and
that weight, it gave me something to do, look forward to doing.
you did really well too. But do you remember what time you finished it in? Like you did pretty well.
I think it was like an hour and 5 minutes. It was pretty.
Yeah,
It was
you
pretty good.
breezed right through it.
Yeah. It wasn't easy. I have to say, it was very difficult. It was not no walk in the park for me.
Yeah, but you knocked it out, man, and that's it. That's the most important thing. So, what keeps you going, man? What keeps you? What's that motivation that keeps Paul like keep going? I mean, obviously, at this point, when you're fitting into jeans you haven't worn since high school, that's got to be one factor. But like, what else? Like, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated to still? At this point, you lost 56 pounds, and people would say, "Oh, you look great, Paul. You know, just stop. You don't need to keep doing this." And you're still putting things on the scale. So, what keeps you going?
I mean, you know, I've been in that, you know, what it feels like to be heavy. I know what, you know, and you go to the doctors and they say, look, you know, you have high cholesterol, you have this, and if you keep on gaining that weight, it's not going to look good. And I'm at that age now where either my health can either go for the worst or I can change it now. I don't want to wait another 5-6 years until the doctor says, hey, you have all these medical issues. And I could have said, well, if I would have started 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been in this situation now. So I kind of look forward to saying, like, health, if I don't have my health, nothing else is, you know, health is like the big thing to me now, is staying healthy.
Yeah.
And I have kids now. I don't want to have something, you know, major happen to me where, you know, something bad happens and leave them behind and have any type of medical issue at an early age. Because
Do the medical issues run in your family?
yeah, actually, my father actually had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
So he's heavy.
Okay.
So that's another thing that really pushed me as well too. Was he had a heart attack? He had to go for triple bypass surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the doctor said he was a ticking time bomb, and he was surprised that he didn't die. He could have literally. The doctor said he could have just went to sleep and never woke up. And I was going in that direction too. I mean, me and him are pretty much about the same height. He was maybe 50, 60 pounds heavier than what I was at my heaviest. And seeing that, I was just like going to the hospital and see what he was going through and there's the surgery and the recovery. I was like, if that doesn't make someone change their mind, I don't know what will. Seeing that.
Yeah, it scared you. I mean, that makes sense. So wait, so now I got a question for you. Now I know so many people use this as an excuse, like, oh, it's genetics. It's my genetics. It's in my family. It's in my genetics. What do you say to someone who says, "Yeah, I can't do it. It's in my genetics"?
I think it's just an excuse.
Clearly define that.
It's at the end of the day, it's an excuse. You know, do it, see if it works. You know, just don't say, well, everyone in my family's heavy, or no one, you know, everyone has medical issues. I'm just going to have it. I'm just going to be another statistics. You know, you have to put the effort in. If you're not going to go do it and put your effort in, you're not going to see it. And if you're not going to hold yourself accountable too, if you're going to sit and eat whatever you want and not, you know, track on what you're eating, then maybe you can be, you know, a different statistic. Maybe you don't have to be like, you know, overweight. You can lose weight. You can get fit. I mean, do it. Have you tried it? That's the thing. Try it. See if it works for you.
Well, did you believe in like the whole? So okay, let's fast forward again. So you're 56 pounds heavier. You walk into this gym. You see this meathead right here, and you know we sit down. I explain the program to you, design the program for you. I send you everything. Did you ever once like kind of like doubt yourself and say, "Ah, shit, I don't know if I could do this"? Like, did that thought cross your mind at all?
You know, I put my every time I say I can't do it, I say I'm gonna do it. I just literally just want to just say I can do this. I don't want to say I can't do it. I just once I say I want to lose weight or I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. No one's gonna stop me. That's the way my motor. It's like once I get going, that's it. I'm
And
like a
that's what
freight
I
train.
love about you, Paul, man. I love that about you. I really do, because you can pick up on stuff like that, you know. And I've been doing this a long time, and I sit with a lot of people, so I know who's lying to me, who's telling me the truth. And it's like I caught that from you right away. And you walked out that first day, and I'm like, this guy's gonna go. He's gonna do it, and he's gonna go. He's gonna be really well. He's gonna do so well. And you went above and beyond. And I just, like I said, I said this like 100 times already, but I'm just so proud of you.
Mhm.
So let's talk about your first week, man. So again, you sit down with this jabroni over here. We give you the plan. I send you everything. You start coming to the gym. Talk about that first week, because usually that first week is the hardest for most people.
Yeah, I think the first week, I think my brain was telling me you could do it. I had like that 18-year-old, like I could do anything. And when you're like in your late 30s, when you start doing it the first week, you're like, wow, my legs, everything's killing me. And then I'm like saying to myself, maybe I shouldn't go next week. Maybe I should take a day off. And my wife's like, you should probably relax. And I'm like, no, I'm going to keep going. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. And I literally had to kick myself and just say, I'm going. I was the first week, even with leg day, and I did 3 days back to back. Walking up and down the stairs was a killer for me. I was just like I was like, this sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't want to give up. I just had the never give up attitude. I just said, let's keep going.
It's great, man. And I think that's what, I talk about this all the time too. You got to take action on things. So many people in this world complain about all the things that they don't have. Oh, I can't do, I don't have this, I don't have that, but they don't take any action to get it. And fitness is just one of those things too. Everybody wants to be skinny, everybody wants to be lean, but they just don't take the necessary action to do it. It's not a hard thing. It's just a matter of doing it and duplicating it over time, the same way you did. I mean, like you said, at this point, it's become repetitive. It's become part of your life, and it'll never be an issue from this point on unless you totally go back to what you were doing before, right? So, which I don't think is a possibility, because just it's so ingrained in your mind to look at food differently now, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see myself going back there. I do not want to go back to that old me. It just was not I guess it wasn't a fun period of my life. It was like a downfall, I guess, if you would call it, on certain people, just gaining all that weight. And I don't know, your self-esteem goes down. You don't,
Well, yeah, of course, man. You feel like shit. You can be honest. You can tell
yeah.
everybody, you feel like
Yeah. You
shit.
feel like shit. You don't want to do anything, it's just, everything, confidence goes down, everything.
Yeah, and just to have what you have now, a lot of people like only dream of it, and you've accomplished it. So,
Hmm.
huge applause for Big Paul over there, man. Big Paul. And the funny thing with Paul is we can go from talking really, really serious to joking and laughing in like a second. So it's totally fine. We have these conversations all the time. But Paul, for anybody listening to this,
Hmm.
give them your top 3 tips to accomplish 56 pounds of body fat loss.
I would say it's take it one day at a time, be true to yourself, hold yourself accountable, and just be patient. It's all about patience. This is not going to come in a one day or a 2 weeks. It's going to take, weeks to months. Don't expect it. Oh, I went to the gym this week. I went on the scale yesterday. I'm still the same, or I gained a pound. You know, I think the scale for most people is like their downfall at that point. They always look at it, then they look, oh, I gained a pound. Oh, I'm up 2 pounds. I'm the same. And it brings them, it puts them in a depressed state. Don't look at it. Just work hard and keep going, and don't give up. At the end of the day, just move forward. I mean, there's many factors I could throw in there. I know it was more than three.
Yeah. We actually have a question for you, so I'll ask the question. Does Paul's wife track macros or go to AB Fitness Centers too? If not, how does that dynamic work? That's a really good question, Brittany.
My wife on here, she could answer it, but no, my wife does
No,
not
she got
go.
off. Your wife got off.
She probably got off. No, my wife does not go to AB Fitness. She does her own thing as far as nutrition. So we kind of eat the same thing, but she eats in smaller portions. but she's watching what she eats as well too. So she's staying healthy. She's not into weightlifting like I am. She complains that she has knee problems and everything, and I say, just do it.
He's always trying to drag his wife in there with him. He's always. But how does that dynamic work in the house then? So again, if you're sitting there throwing everything on the food scale, you know, you said your wife eats healthy, so I'm assuming you guys just measure your food.
Yeah, she pretty much measures her food too. So it's, you know,
Okay.
we try to we kind of like the same things. So it's, if she's gonna add something fattening, like she'll complain like, oh, you should have got the 85% lean meat. I said, you can eat it.
Dude, I don't know how. We gotta have a whole nother conversation on how you get away with doing the things that you do, man.
Well,
you always throw underhanded jabs at your wife all the time, and I'm like, how does he get away with doing that stuff? I do it, but I get in trouble right away. You're just like, you throw the comment and that's it.
Oh, she gives it back to me too. So it's I've been with her for so many years. I've known her since high school. We've been together since high school. So we love each other. At the end of the day, we love each other. It's nothing malicious. It's just how we joke about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. And it's good to have that support system at home. And a lot of people, you know, my wife doesn't diet the same way I do or whatever either. So it's just one of the things. Like, she does her thing, I do my thing. I don't let it affect like anything. Like, and I don't judge what she eats, and she doesn't judge. Well, so she complains of what I do all the time. But that's a whole nother podcast.
I get that sometimes too. She goes, it's, you know, you can cheat one day. I said, if I cheat one day, then the next day is the cheat day, and the day after that's another cheat day.
Right. And that's a really, really good point, Paul. And I love that you brought that up, because that happens everywhere to everyone. And the people that don't continue with this and fall off, it's because they give in to that.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't, no matter who says it, you just can't. You just got to just keep going. And if you do it once in a while, it's every once in a while. But if you give into that every time, like you just said, it's going to be one cheat meal after the next cheat meal after the next cheat day, and it just spirals.
And then eventually that cheat meal can be something that sets you way over on your goals, you know, your limit that you're supposed to have for the week. So, you know, you could go to a restaurant and you can consume, you know, 12,000 plus calories in one sitting. And guess what? You could have just screwed up your whole week from that one sitting.
Yeah, easily. Paul, what are your favorite foods that you fit in that aren't typical healthy foods?
Pizza, as you know.
Yep, we talked about that one.
I'll throw ice cream in there. Candy, because my kids have kids.
How often do you eat, like, quote unquote unhealthy things every day on a basis?
If I want to fit it in, I'll fit it in. That's the way I look at it. I'll fit it in. If I want to have, you know, ice cream for my kids, you know, if they want to get ice cream, I'll steal some of theirs and I'll just say, okay, I had, you know, 2 or 3 scoops of that. And pizza, I'll have like a slice of pizza, but I'll fit it in at the end of the day. I'll try fitting that in. Yeah. That's the big thing, is fitting it into your diet, you know, not saying, well, I had a slice of pizza, so I'm not going to add it, and then realize,
whoops.
Yeah. Oops, my numbers went up this week. Sorry.
Sorry, Anthony. I don't understand what happened. I'm eating so well.
I don't know. I just gained all this weight.
Yeah. You know how many times that happens to me? You know, so I'll weigh someone, they'll get on the scale or whatever. What happened? I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, okay, you could tell me the truth. I'm not going to, like, yell at you. We got to know. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean.
Paul, we're going to leave this with one more piece of advice. What's your best piece of advice, nutrition-wise, that you would give someone listening to this who was in your shoes thinking about starting?
Wow.
Loaded question.
Nutrition. It's a loaded question. For nutrition?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be, for me, it was a complete lifestyle change. Expect this lifestyle. It's going to be a change. It's not going to be, you know, it's a lifestyle change, the way I looked at it. It was something that was not going to, you know, hey, eat this, you're going to look better. It was like, you have to look at food differently, as the way I looked at it. And it was something that was going to be changing the way I was going to be eating. So, I mean, it's lifestyle change at the end of the day for me.
Awesome. Paul, thank you so much for coming on, bud. I really appreciate this, man. A round of applause for Paul, man. And just like I said, I'm just so proud of you, man. You've done so well. I've said it 100 times on this. I've told you 100 times that, but just keep going, man. And I just look forward to so many more workouts with you. So thank you so much for coming on, bud.
Thank you.
All right, so I got Paul's out of here. So, guys, if you like that interview and you like these kind of things, I'm going to keep doing them. Head on over to abfitnesscenter.com for more information on training. Again, right now, we are training people all over the world. I am no stranger to training people all over the world. One of my best clients lives in Seattle. I've had people from Alaska. I've had people everywhere. So if you're interested, just head on over to their website and check it out. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.